You see, this one of the few of the kind of criticism of reincarnation. First of all, reincarnation, people say, Mr. Lakhani, you are a physicist, how can you believe in this kind of waffly stuff? Come on, it's woolly stuff. How can you believe in stuff like that? It's not scientific. They throw it in my face. This is the first thing I get. I get it happily and I take it on head on. I say, look, my friend, do you understand what is science? How do you define science? They said they heard the word science, physicists, Stephen Hawking and Richard Dawkins. That's science, surely. Science is the following. Think about it. I'm making you think for yourself at a deeper level. Science is simply this. We as human beings observe certain patterns in nature. Certain things follow after certain things. So we started observing this, saying, oh, the sun, the earth is going around the sun, and blah, blah, etc. We observe certain patterns. There's day and there's night. There are seasons. So when you see a pattern, we try and explain the pattern using our mind, our mental capacity. And this idea of trying to understand patterns we observe in nature using our mental faculty is called creating a hypothesis. This is the English word, hypothesis. A belief system that you create that will give you a handle on how things operate. Why do you do that? Because if you can do that, then you can harness nature. Instead of being under the mercy of nature, you can harness nature. Because I know when these two electrons meet, they go wee and run away. So I can use that to harness nature. This is how we got all these wonderful gizmos like with this WhatsApp. So to understand how things operate, we create a hypothesis that allows us to get a better handle on reality, and if you like, power of predictability, dramatic. This is what science is about. Science doesn't prove a single thing. You say, oh, we thought science has a proof. This got no proof. It simply is a hypothesis that is so far so good. The moment you get a better hypothesis, you click out the whole hypothesis. Like Newton's theory of gravitation kicked out in 2 ticks. So science is just jumping from one belief system to another belief system, another hypothesis. Fair enough. This is what science is all about. So I say, look, my friend, the research done by Ian Stevenson, about 3,000 youngsters recalling their past life with many lives that can be checked out. Here you see a pattern in nature, 2 lives connected. If these 2 lives are connected, surely you must create a hypothesis to explain why this young boy is able to remember something that happened 100 years ago, which is true. Give me a hypothesis that will explain this link between the 2 lives. Hypothesis. And this is what Stevenson says. The only hypothesis that fits this particular phenomena is called the theory of reincarnation. That's all he says. I'm not saying approved reincarnation. This is the hypothesis that fits the fact. If you give me a better hypothesis how these 2 lives are connected, I will spit out reincarnation. This is a response I give, dramatic, as scientific as anything else. So far, so good. But a few questions arise. For example, one of the questions that arises, you see the world population of human beings. We started with, literally a few thousand coming out of Africa. There are now 7 billion. Where do all these souls come from? Mr. Lakhani, you say everything reincarnates. The answer is very blunt. From the animal kingdom. There are trillions of living things, not millions, not billions, trillions of living things, from the plant life to the insect life to the animal life, continue to evolve. And we say the thing that is moving on from one life to another life, the physical body we possess, has been chiseled by natural selection. Darwin, we love Darwin. It's natural selection that chisels what particular form of physical body can survive the environment. But we said the thing that's inhabiting this physical being, the software, if you like, that comes with the new life, comes through reincarnation. So we are saying a lot of insects going to plant, animal life, from animal to the human life. So the body is now given a human body, but now the person who lives in the body has come out of the animal kingdom, just been promoted from the animal kingdom to the human kingdom. And you will see, this is how we keep getting huge population. And here they're happy to be in human kingdom and be born again and again. So the population keeps growing, ballooning. It's very interesting, and this in a way gives you insight on how the human condition. Have you noticed there are some human beings who are so brutal, so barbaric, so cruel. They kill hundreds of people, thousands of people, millions of people. And you say, why are they so cruel? Why so vicious? They just come out of the animal kingdom. And viciousness was the name of the game. So they are in a way exhibiting the vicious character. They are inherited from the animal kingdom into the human kingdom. So the population grows because we have got huge amount coming in. Unless all of these guys get, kind of moksha, end of reincarnation, the population will keep growing. This is the answer to this very interesting question. This very interesting, challenging question I keep getting again and again. Why this big population? Coming out of animal kingdom. And when I do this talk at the 6th form in some of the inner city schools, where rough children are there, very ruffians, ruffian, they can beat me up even. When I talk like this, And straight away, all the youngsters will get up and point at one guy. There's somebody promoted from animal kingdom. They point to some poor like, why me? Always find somebody to kind of point out. I think we should finish with that. Real pleasure. Thank you, my friend.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism, sponsored by People Care, encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.